Hello friends out there in ukulele land. Robert Ham here with School of Uke. Today we're talking about ukuleles, and today I'm actually talking about this Luna High Tide Concert Koa. I really like this uke, and I got it because it was exactly what I was looking for. I was really touched by the striking look of the uke. I really liked the abalone inlay with the high tide, the moon. The original logo for School of Uke had a wave and a full moon, and there's a full moon in here, so it's just really cool. Now, this is the High Tide Concert Koa. It's got some nice binding on there. They've done a good job making this ukulele, but unlike what the name wants you to think, it is not a solid Koa ukulele. In fact, it's a nice instrument grade laminate. It's just very thin laminate on top, maybe a little bit thicker back and sides, with a very thin veneer of Koa. And that's important to know, that when you're buying an uke, if you see that it says solid, it needs to say solid back, solid top, and solid sides. If it says solid Koa top and then it says back and sides, it may not actually be solid Koa or whatever wood that they're using. Another thing to keep in mind is that Koa is grown in Hawaii, and to be called Koa, the import and export laws require that it is grown in Hawaii. So Koa is Hawaiian-grown tree Koa wood, which is different than acacia, which is grown somewhere that's not in Hawaii. Just a little food for thought. Does it make any difference in tone? To be honest, I don't know that it does, but I don't know because I don't have a solid Koa or acacia ukulele. Turn to the guys over at theukulelestore.com. They can help you with that. They would know. And they're the name that I trust when I buy ukuleles. I really like those guys. Now, let's continue talking about it. The neck is a very nice construction neck, although it is multiple pieces. It's done very well. It's held together. You can barely even see the lines, almost not at all, but I know that it is a multiple part construction because I can tell right here. But you're looking for that because that just means how nice they put it together. They also have done a separate fretboard for the abalone inlay as well as the frets. Now that's really nice because this is a separate piece that's laid on top of the neck, and it just goes into the construction of the thing itself. The actual black band that you see right here is actually painted, from what I can tell, and there's a painted stripe in the back, but the binding itself is actually an inlaid binding. Altogether, this uke looks and plays very nicely. They even finished it off with open back Grover tuners, and the Luna logo is actually embossed. It's actually pressed in, very similar to this abalone. Now, that's great. I don't usually buy Luna, mainly because their marketing just appeals. They had so many different styles, but this one really appealed to me when I was looking for it. And Luna has actually gone through several different changes over the past couple of years in their senior leadership, and they're kind of coming back to, I guess, instead of stratifying on like 80 or 90 different themes and looks, they're kind of coming back to a solid single branded with several different variants. They got kind of wild for a while, but I did like their tattoo ukes, but that's another story. The only point was there just to give you some background on them. Quality instruments in their price range. They're one of the price leaders as well as one of the quality leaders. What I can say about this is that it does finger nicely, and we're going to get into the tone and the sound of it in our comparison here in just a second. I'll play it for you. But what I really like about it is that pickup. It allows me to plug in and play amplified, which is real nice. The little two-band equalizer is cool, and I enjoy that. So it sounds really great when amplified. And by itself, if you compare it to something like this, both of these are concert ukuleles. This is a UP100 by Cordoba, but look at the difference in the thickness. This has a much richer or fuller sound because it is, of course, deeper. It's thicker. This one is a little bit thinner, but I think it's a little bit better for fingering. I don't know. I really enjoy it that way, but definitely plugging it in, this is the winner because you can't do that to the other one. And I enjoy it for that. So we're getting ready to play this for you. Let's hear some of that right about now.